Hello, Facebook. Goodness, I'm shaking here. I'm about 10 minutes late from when I said that I was going to start this Facebook Live, but I'm excited to jump on here and share some things that were coming up for me yesterday. If you were following on Facebook yesterday, I got a really special announcement from my university, Brenau University, about an award that honors me as the Young Alumna of the Year. And that was a really unexpected announcement. I really wasn't expecting that announcement because someone else who's also being recognized this year, she got a phone call a couple of weeks ago. And so when she got a call telling her that she was awarded with something and I didn't, then I figured that I hadn't gotten the award, and that was totally cool. So then I got something from my university in the mail, and honestly I thought that they were asking me for money. So when I went and opened it and I saw that actually it was, a letter telling me that I was going to be recognized, that was like, oh my God. But it all stirred up, like all of these emotions and kind of like memories were coming up. Hold on, let me see. I can't see who's doing what. Let me see. Aha, now I see who's on. All right, Aria, Paula, Cessna, Crystal, Daniel. Awesome, so glad you guys are on. I mentioned yesterday that I would do a Facebook Live to kind of talk about the award that I'm receiving from my university for the Young Alumna of the Year, which first of all, to be recognized as being so young is so kind. No, I'm just kidding. But really and truly, it stirred up some emotions for me yesterday, and I could keep them bottled up, but I wanted to turn around and share them because as I was really sorting through everything, I realized that these are messages, like, everything I've learned or everything that these mean to me, these are messages for everyone. And so I'm going to tell a story that I've never shared publicly, and it comes in 2 chapters, and it can be applied to life, business, anything, but you're going to see a phase 1 and a phase 2 of this story, and it was a very crazy time in my life. And I think the first part is really a message that is for anyone who's got something out on their heart that they want to do, but maybe it's just a dream right now, or it's just an idea, or it's just like I want it so bad. The first part of this message is for you. The second chapter of this story are for those people, maybe you're out there, you've already taken the action, you're in motion, but maybe it's not everything that you thought it would be. Or maybe you've let yourself down in some way, and now you're questioning whether, you're worthy of everything that you want because you have not given it your best. The second part of this story is for you. So I'll just dive right in. So Brunel University is a small women's college in North Georgia. And when I went there, I knew no one on campus, and that was intentional. I wanted to go there and reinvent myself. I wanted to have an experience that was unique like no others, especially, from the people that I went to high school with. And I was super excited to get on campus and just like start this whole new chapter in my life. So I get on campus freshman year, and within the first week, there was this crazy ceremony that happened on campus, and I learned about this society. It was a not so secret society of women on campus who were doing amazing things. And basically what it was is every year, 7 juniors were tapped to be a part of this organization during their senior year. And in order to be tapped, the women that were being tapped were like the biggest, leaders on campus, like doing such amazing things, helping people out. And you never knew what they did behind closed doors, but their ceremonies were always very public, and so you knew who they were. And my freshman year, I was like, I want to be one of them. I just knew it, like in my bones. I was like, I want to be one. I had no clue. I had never really held leadership positions or anything like that ever before. And so I didn't know where to go from there. But I had set an intention in my heart and in my mind. I had seen something that resonated with me, and I knew that I wanted it. So from there, I'm just bebopping along my freshman year. I had no plans to join a sorority at all. And my closest friend says, my parents are making me go through recruitment. Will you just go through it with me? And we made a pact that we would not join a sorority. Literally, we pinky promised in the cafeteria that we were not going to join a sorority. Well, long story short, we both end up joining the same sorority, which at least we joined the same one. And something about being in that group of women changed me forever. And whatever potential I had in me as a leader, as a woman, as a communicator, as a person who helps other people, any potential that I had was all of a sudden able to be realized because I was surrounded by women who were realizing it themselves. And I look back at my years at Brunel, and especially my years in that Alpha Delta Pi chapter, as just the most pivotal, because it was being around that group of women who were so poised and generous and confident that really brought out those qualities in me. And not only that, not only seeing them, but also they saw things in me and they encouraged me, go after this position, go after that position. You should be involved in this. And so before I knew it, I was actually holding leadership positions on campus. So fast forward my junior year, I'm actually elected SGA president, the highest position that you can have on campus. And I was eventually tapped into that honor society. And so chapter 1 ends right there. So when I was remembering that yesterday, it just reminded me, I wasn't thinking so much about the being tapped part. I was remembering back to that freshman girl who just set an intention, who just sat in her dorm one night and was like, I really want to be a part of that organization. She didn't know how she was going to get there, but the universe started to move things around. Okay, sweetie, that's what you want. You set that intention. We're going to put you with these women. You're going to need a little bit of that support to get you on your way. We're going to add in experiences for you that are going to help you get there. We're going to take things away. We're going to take away that high school boyfriend. You're not going to need him, for all this. Just all of these things start moving around and you don't know why, but it's all there to support you in your journey. And so that's my big takeaway, because I've seen that same story play out with a million different intentions that I've had, whether it's been with a business, whether it's been with any other aspect of my life. You set that intention, things get moved around, and before you know it, you're looking back and going, wow, that actually happened because I allowed myself to get carried along and go with the flow and to embrace change and growth. And then I got there. So, Chapter 2 of this story is something that I don't share publicly because, and my Brenau sisters on this broadcast right now know that this is not my best moment. It was my fall from grace, for sure. My junior year, the end of my junior year, I'm holding this I'm SGA president, I am in this honor society, and I'm thinking that I'm the coolest and on top of the world. And I made some mistakes, and some people called me out on it. And long story short, I came back to college senior year, no longer holding those positions, no longer being a part of that honor society. And if I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry right now. And it was, I had a lot of shame coming back on campus senior year. For, gosh, the first 3 months, I didn't even go to the cafeteria to eat. I would make my meals or to get fast food. Luckily the building where all of my classes were was like on the opposite side of campus. So thankfully I wasn't like walking through the main, areas of campus to get to class. I was able to actually scoot away. Oh, okay, I got a phone call. I was like, I really hid away from everyone in that time period. But slowly my confidence started to come back. I started to see all of the blessings that were actually happening as a result of those things getting taken away, because, things happen for a reason. And just because you're going through a low point, or just because you may, and sometimes they're because of other people around you, but sometimes it is because of you, and you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to, you don't feel the best about yourself, but you have to pick yourself back up. You can't stay there forever. And so I started to do that. And I started to realize that those decisions and those, things getting stripped away didn't define who I was. And with that, I was able to pick up the pieces and start to go on. And actually at the end of that year, I was named the top marketing student of the year, because what I did is I just poured myself into my schoolwork. I no longer had all these positions to take up so much of my time. I poured myself into my classwork, and that's what I did. But so that is a big reason why to be honored by my university, a place where, I had such a public fall from grace. I mean, this is like 12 years ago, but still, it means so much. And so even though that's not a proud moment in my life, I share it because whatever you're going through, whatever has happened, like I said, whether it was you doing it or someone else doing it to you, none of it will define you in the long term. You have every ability to reinvent yourself each and every day, and anything that you put your mind to can come true in reality. And I am living proof of that. Trust me. So that's what I wanted to share. I wanted to share, how I set my mind to something and it came true, how it all got taken away, and then, but that none of that defines me today. And so I hope that even just a part of this resonates with you and maybe gives you some fuel. The next time you're having a low moment, no, I've been there. I'm probably on my way to another one. They happen, but they don't define you. And before you know it, you're back on top. All right, that's all I have to share today. Thank you so much for everyone who popped on. I'll catch you on the flip side.